Hi guys, welcome back. This is a quick video comparing the seat concept seat to the stock seat on the 2021 KTM SMC R. I intended to have this video be entirely a moto vlog, but my GoPro camera died on my way up to Squamish when I was filming this. So it is going to be pretty brief on the stock seat, not that there's much to say about it. And then I'll give you a better look at the seat concept seats and make sure that my batteries are charged and I have them with me when I get that installed and I do the ride. Thanks for watching. So I just got an email from Seat Concepts and they said that my seat is going to be here tomorrow. So what I thought I would do is do a ride just to review the stock seat, and then again put the seat on Friday when I get the bike, do the same ride again just to compare the two. So I need to do a bit of a longer ride just to make sure that I get a feel for both seats. So what I'm going to do is head away from my house and take a ride up the Sea to Sky Highway here out of Vancouver towards Whistler. I'm not going to go as far as Whistler, that's about an hour and a half away. But I'm going to go up to a town called Squamish. And that's a ride that I do pretty frequently. It's a nice road. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes to do that stretch from my house to Squamish. So I'll do that, see how I feel about the stock seat, and then again I'll do a review on the seat concepts once I get it on Friday, and I'll do the same ride again. I'll ride up to Squamish, give you my thoughts on that. So I'll go up to Squamish, it'll be about 45 minutes, I'll probably have a coffee, and then turn around and come back. Squirrel almost got it. I'll come back, see how I feel on this seat, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't really been too bothered about the stock seat. It is firm. Not a lot of cushioning, but maybe I have a bit too much cushioning myself, so I haven't really noticed it. And I know everybody talks about how bad this seat is, and I really didn't find it that bad. I had a WR250R as well, another seat that people complained about, and I never minded that seat. But I ordered the seat concepts the day I got the bike because everybody said you needed that, so I went for it. Their lead time was apparently 10 to 12 weeks, but it's going to only be about 5 weeks, so that's not too bad. I'm not going to film the whole ride up to Whistler. I think that would be pretty boring for you guys, and I don't have that much to say about a seat, so I'll just do the first bit here on my way out, and then on my way back from Squamish, what I'll probably do is turn the cameras back on and let you know how I feel after an hour and a half of riding with a 10-minute break in between. And then again, I'll do the same thing with the seat concept seat. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. That really helps the channel grow, and I'd appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, guys. So like I said in the intro, my GoPro battery died and I had my Insta360 set to slow motion, so I didn't have any usable video from that either. Just thought I would jump in on this section of the video, which was at the beginning, but I'm recording this after filming the video section. So by the time I got home, I was feeling a bit sore. Not that I was super uncomfortable, but I could definitely feel the seat and there were pressure points. So for longer rides, I think having the seat concepts is
is really going to help. At this point, as I'm recording this, I have not seen the seat and I haven't tested it. So I wanted to record this pretty raw, just so you know what my thoughts were after riding with the stock seat. And then again, when I get to the seat concepts, and I'll refilm the same video and post some more detailed comments on that.
If you watch Ryan F9's videos, he shoots a lot of them on the Whistler Highway here, so you might recognize it if you're a fan of that channel.
Here's a quick look at the stock seat next to the seat concepts. So I just took this out of the box, lined it up beside the stock seat. Quality looks really good. All the stitching is straight, no obvious defects. You can see the stock seat is quite a bit narrower than the seat concept seat, particularly in the mid back half of the seat where most often you're going to be sitting. So here's a quick shot of me dropping it into the bike. As you can see, it drops in no problem. There's no fit issues. Everything worked as expected.
So it's Friday, and the man in the big brown van dropped off the seat at about 2 o'clock, and I've got it on. It's 218, obviously really easy to install, just drops in, and I'm heading back up to Squamish for the test ride of the seat concepts. So I've got the comfort seat, which is not the XL, so it's a little bit more streamlined, but certainly is a lot wider than the stock seat, and right away it's definitely more comfortable. First impressions sitting on the seat, I've been on it for about 45 seconds, so not a real great test of the comfort of the seat, but I'm again going to ride up to Squamish. I'll stop for a coffee. Again, it'll be about 40-45 minutes. Traffic might be a little heavier today, so it could be as long as 50 minutes. And then I'll come back down and give you my impressions of the seat after an hour and a half of seat time with a 10-minute break. But yeah, I mean, right away it's definitely feels more comfortable. There's a lot more padding from the front of the seat all the way down to the back. Fit and finish looks really good. All the stitches are straight. There's no fraying. Material feels high quality. Yeah, it just looks like it's put together nicely. It's shipped really fast. Oftentimes, things being shipped from the US to Canada, particularly if they're through the US postal system and then handing off to Canada Post, they take a little longer to clear customs and longer to get here, so it's, you know, 2 to 4 weeks isn't uncommon. But with UPS, they're generally very quick. So I think it shipped Monday. I got the email. I can't remember. Not that long ago. So it took 2 or 3 days to get here from. I think they're in Idaho. I could be wrong on that. Could be Florida. So that's great. Yeah, not much else to say. It drops in as a seat should, just like the stock, really simply. The only thing I did notice is the rubber feet on the seat are pretty loose. It feels like they're just kind of stuck in rubber grommets, which I guess makes it easy to replace, but it would be a little nicer to see those screwed in. Not a big deal. I think when it's installed and you're sitting on it, you know, the body weight pressure is gonna keep those in place. But that's probably the only area where I say it wasn't really high quality, but I'm sure it's good enough quality for what it's supposed to do. And if they fall out, I'm sure they're easy to replace, just with rubber grommets. Slide them back in and you're good to go. So I'm going to try to do the exact same route here as I did on the stock seat, taking the same old Whistler Highway for the first little bit out of my neighborhood up to Squamish, and then I'll do the same route back. I'll stop for the same coffee, and then I'll give you my thoughts, and hopefully this time my GoPro battery doesn't die so I can give you my thoughts when I'm on the bike rather than when I get home on the computer. Alright guys, so I'm almost home, back from Squamish. Just thought I'd stop here really quickly. Might have to get going pretty quick as a bus stop here. So yeah, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes. I got back really fast from Squamish. The traffic was a lot lighter than on the way up. So the total ride was about an hour and a half. Hour and 20 minutes, and honestly I feel exactly the same on this seat as when I first left, so it's definitely an improvement from the stock seat. There's absolutely no fatigue. Is it worth the upgrade? I don't know, I guess that's sort of dependent on who you are and what you think of the stock seat. To be perfectly honest, when I got back yesterday on the stock seat, I was definitely uncomfortable when I got home, but not unbearable to the point that I was trying to rush home. I probably couldn't have done more than another half an hour on it, but you know, an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, it's probably the longest rides I'll do on this bike on a regular basis. With that said, I do want to try a big ride on this bike. The Sea to Sky Highway that goes Vancouver to Whistler and then past. It's really an amazing road for motorcycling. It's nice just up to Squamish and even Whistler, but beyond that there's the Duffy Lakes loop, which goes up to Duffy Lakes, which is about a 3.5 hour ride from where I'm at, and you can either loop around at a town called Lytton, which unfortunately just burned to the ground from forest fires, so that's sort of not an option at the moment with forest fires still happening there. But I might take that road up and do it to up to Duffy Lakes and then even turn back and come back the same way. I think that'd be a nice route. So yeah, for me, is it worth it? I think it probably is. It still wouldn't be my first mod. I know a lot of people say that the first thing they do to these bikes is swap out the stock seat for the seat concepts, and you know, I think if you're really uncomfortable, I know Harley Hellcat, who's a subscriber, mentioned that was his first mod and that for him it was a necessity, and he's a bit bigger than I am. So yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense, and if I was really uncomfortable on the seat after 20 minutes, I'd certainly recommend it. But for me, it's, you know, I'm happy that I got it. I'm definitely happy with the product. It's a really good build, and it is quite comfortable. And $300 is a lot for a pretty basic seat, but you know, compared to some other seats for other types of bikes, I know my Sargent seat for my K1600 was about $700, and that's pretty normal for a cruiser or touring bike. And, you know, even some standards and sport bikes that I've had in the past, the seats are quite a bit more expensive. So $299 for this, I think it's not a terrible price. Definitely a good build quality. And like I said, it is certainly more comfortable. I will leave it on. I'm definitely not going to swap it out or sell it. I think it looks great. It looks better than the stock seat. You know, not much to these seats, but yeah, I mean, it's not super soft and it's not super hard. It's sort of just right. And yeah, this is about where I gathered my thoughts on the stock seat, and I definitely had some pain in the backside, and You know, I was ready to get off. I wasn't standing up until I got home, but you know, I was ready to get off, and you know, I could go, probably turn around and go back at this point, the way I'm feeling. So I might do an update if I take a longer ride and give my thoughts on something beyond an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. But I think it's going to be pretty good for 90% of the riding that I'm going to do on this bike. But yeah, glad I got it. It's a good seat if you're thinking about it. And just for reference, I'm about 6'1", usually somewhere between 210 and 220. I haven't weighed myself recently, but I might be closer to 210 at the moment. I've been hitting the Peloton pretty hard for the last 6 weeks. So yeah, if you're within that size range and you find the stock seat isn't that great, then maybe think about getting one of these. And you know, if you're a bigger guy, maybe that Comfort XL seat, which is a bit wider at the back and I think has a bit more cushioning, might be better. I wanted the standard Comfort seat just because I wanted to be a bit more streamlined with the bike, and I thought it would be good for my size, and I think that it is. So you know, maybe if you're over 220, 230, you probably want to go with the Comfort XL, and if you're under, you know, 220 or 230, go with the standard Comfort seat. And you know, if I was under 170, I might just stick with the stock seat, but you know, everybody's comfort's a little different, and like I said, on the stock seat I might have a bit more cushioning than normal on my own body. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. That really helps the channel. If you have any questions or comments on this seat or anything else, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, guys.